right, I think it's time to get started. That's okay with y'all?
Yeah.
Right, welcome everybody that is here to Go DC Go's Become a Best Workplaces for Commuters webinar. I am Dorianne Apice, and I'm here with my colleague Jessica Lynn, and joining us today is Phil Winter from representing Best Workplace for Commuters. That's a tongue twister for me at the moment. Anyway, we're going to be talking about getting the most out of your benefits. You'll be surprised what you can get with what you're already doing. Next slide, thanks. So what we'll be going over today is who we are. We'll introduce Best Workplaces for Commuters and Philip Winter, and he will be talking to us about that. And we will then go into our Transportation All-Star program, and then we'll discuss some success stories, our Platinum All-Stars, and go over our calendar of up-and-coming events that you need to be in the know of. And we'll open it up to questions. So Go DC Go, for those of you that might not know, is an initiative of the District Department of Transportation. We are the leading resource for transportation information and options in the District of Columbia, and we encourage the use of sustainable transportation. All of our information and support is complimentary. We offer transit resources and consulting services to DC organizations and commuters alike. And our goal is to decrease traffic congestion, improve air quality, and create a better quality of life in the DC area for all of us. So I would like to introduce Phil Winters. He is with the Center for Urban Transportation Research at South Florida, and he is the TDM Program Director. So thank you for joining us today, Phil, and I will pass it on to you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk today about what makes a workplace great for commuters. Many HR professionals know that employers are their organization's most important asset. They invest in them, they support them. They also recognize if you focus on the causes of turnover, then employee retention improves and productivity increases. And you can't afford to lose employees nowadays, especially in today's tight labor market. According to Gartner, the pace of employee turnover is forecasted to be 50 to 75% greater than pre-pandemic. And the issue is actually even more compounded by taking about 18% longer to fill the roles pre-pandemic. So it has obviously a huge negative impact on the organization. Commuting and parking, though, may not be at the top of the list for sources of employee dissatisfaction, but it should be no surprise to hear that nearly 23% of workers say they left their job due to a bad commute, often because employers miss the opportunities to actually reduce the impact of the daily commute on employees' job satisfaction. And you can help reduce the stress of commuting and lower commuters' bite out of their paycheck and increase job satisfaction by applying commuter assistance type programs such as tax-free transit and van pool discounts, or occasional free rides home in the event of a personal emergency for those who ride transit or carpool. What Best Workplaces for Commuters does, it provides organizations like yourselves and with the support of partners like Go DC Go, not only national recognition, but with up-to-date information on the strategies, effective training programs, and provide an opportunity to reach your peers in other communities around the country. So the program, how we got to this point, was a program was started in the early 2000s by the Environmental Protection Agency as funding to publicly recognized employers that meet their national standard of excellence. When their funding discontinued, we worked with EPA to assume management of the program in 2007 at the Center for Urban Transportation Research, or what we call Cutter. And most recently, with our list released this year, in January, we had over 600 members. Next. Now we have basically 4 types. We've expanded the types over what EPA had. It provides recognition to individual employers where there are multi-employer developments, such as a shopping mall or an office park. We also have separate strategies and requirements for universities and colleges to be a best university or college. And finally, we work with best workplaces for commuter partners like Go DC Go around the country to help promote the programs and support what they do, and they're responding to the local needs. Yeah, as I mentioned, we had about 600 most recently. This is kind of a distribution. You can see that we have more than 600 members across the country in those 3 types. And most recently, we've started expanded to Canada this year, and we're seeing more Canadian members join. One thing that they do have in common is they're actually putting their employees first by providing excellent commuter benefits and helping change how, I should say, North Americans are getting to and from work now. Next, please. It's rather easy to join. It requires what we call, I'll show what they are: 1 primary benefit, 3 supporting or secondary benefits, and then there are a few that need to be offered by all, such as an emergency ride home. And that could be offered by the employer, or it could be offered by an agency on their behalf. Sorry. Yeah. Here's kind of a distribution of the primary benefits. You can see on the far left, it's telework, and then transit pass and van pool subsidy. Overall, though, they aren't limited to meeting those minimums. Most of the employers had either 11 to 13 primary and or supporting benefits. So they offer a whole mix of strategies. Next, please. The supporting strategies, here's 10 of them. There are many more than them. Starts with secure bike parking, all the way down to park and ride lots. So this is the 10th highest. Next. You may even recognize, or you will certainly recognize, many of these organizations that are members in these various categories, both large and small. While many of these are large, we do have many small employers too. And the requirements, for example, if they have under 20 employees, they don't need 3 supporting benefits, they only need 1. Next, please. So what does it mean to be a member? It basically means getting recognized, the recognition the employer deserves for what they're doing and all the types of programs and strategies to improve the program. Includes national recognition, which includes press releases and supporting social media materials to help promote the designation. And you'll see, you can maybe make out where they've actually placed the best workplaces for commuters seal, if you will, on their websites, on their shuttle buses, etc. Most employers are very proud of receiving that designation. They want to let their commuters and also their communities know what they're doing, especially as it contributes to issues like sustainability. Next, please. We also offer professional development opportunities. We offer one free seat in our popular Commuter Choice Certificate program that provides training on commuter assistance programs. We offer resources such as a commuter benefits guide, provides some guidance in setting up a transit benefit or van pool benefit program. And we have a member portal, of course, with additional member resources and the opportunity for peer-to-peer networking. And finally, or whatever, we have webinars. Our most recent one is the one that you see there, Plan for Success in September, but we have past webinars, and if you're unable to attend, you can certainly watch the recordings at that URL right there on the right-hand side of the screen. So the next application for the 2024 national list release will be at the end of January, right? And we're looking for applications to be submitted by November 30th. If there are any questions, you can certainly reach out to us in the meantime. Next, please. Now, one of the questions we often get is working with what are the benefits of working with a partner like Go DC Go from an employer point of view? Well, among ways, working with a Go DC Go means you have the support along the way and you receive it. There's a discount applied because you are working through a partner. So an approved partner, the membership is $220 per year. If you think about that, that's less than $1 a day. And it's also, you'll hear shortly how you can have a free chance to be a member for free. I'll let the Go DC Go people unveil that great opportunity for you. So stay tuned. And then if you get, yeah, just quickly up there, there's my email if you have any questions. And also Julie Bond, who couldn't make it today, is the program director of Best Workplaces for Commuters. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much, Phil. That's a lot of really good information. Best Workplaces for Commuters is a great program to be a part of, and Go DC Go highly encourages it. One of the ways that you can be selected for Best Workplaces for Commuters from Go DC Go's end is through the Transportation All-Star program, and Dorian will touch on that at the end. To give an overview of the All-Star program, I'd like to speak to what it is and how you can become one. And it is all about getting the recognition you deserve. So Go DC Go recognizes DC organizations for their commitment to sustainable transportation with these 4 tiers, starting from bronze to silver, gold, and then to platinum. And yearly, we will hold an awards ceremony. So that's a photo from last year's awards ceremony. We've got some crystal awards, excuse me, to especially honor those programs who have very strong commuter benefits, and they're doing great work towards sustainability in the city. So starting with the bronze All-Stars, these are organizations that express interest in alternative commute strategies, conduct a commuter survey, distribute sustainable and/or post-commute information to employees, or install an electric car charging station. And any one of these criteria will do. You don't need to do all of them, but keep in mind that these are all strategies to help you expand your commuter benefits, become one step closer to, I'll say, dare I say it, a best workplaces for commuter. So this is just a way to get started. And of course, if you are designated as a bronze all-star, Go DC Go will recognize you by sending you your designation as well as a digital badge. And this digital badge, you can see it right here on the screen, can go on your social media, it can go on your LinkedIn page, your website, your marketing. And this is great because these days employees do love to work for an organization that they can really get behind, share the same values with, and have a similar mission. So when you show and demonstrate that you are working towards sustainability, that you have values and goals to meet when it comes to environmental stewardship, you get better employee retention and a stronger workforce with more passion. So this is a great way to attract employees. Moving on to silver, so you'll have to apply at least 2 of the following. So installing permanent display cases or brochure holders, a transit screen, such as a real-time display of transit in the area, bike racks or lockers, secure bike storage, or shower facilities. If it's not feasible or practical for you to get a shower in your office, perhaps consider partnering with a gym or a local facility such as a gym that would have access to showers. You can also implement flex time, staggered work schedules, a compressed work week, or a telework program with 1 to 20% of your employees participating. You can provide preferential parking for carpools and van pools or facilitate carpool meetings. You can become a Commuter Connections member through MWCOG or provide ride matching. You can also establish an employee transportation coordinator or ETC. That's someone who would act as a liaison with Go DC Go whenever there's transportation information that needs to go out to your employees, or someone that needs to work with us to comply with local ordinances. That would be your go-to person. It could be anyone. Typically, it is someone in benefits or HR. You can also provide guaranteed ride home. If you haven't heard of GRH, Guaranteed Ride Home is another program through Commuter Connections or MWCOG that will provide your employees with a ride home for free 6 times a year, just because they're taking sustainable transportation and pledge to do so at least twice a week. So that's a great perk. If you're interested, please feel free to ask in the chat or reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you with that. You can also host an alternative commute day or transportation fair. So Car Free Day, for example, which just passed in September. Bike to Work Day is another good one that's coming up in May next year. Or sign up for a Capital Bike Share corporate membership program. If you haven't heard about Capital Bike Share's corporate membership program, it's a great discount for your employees. Typically, it's a $95 per year membership for the general public, but you can sign up through a corporate offered at 50 or 20 baht or free, sorry. It's a $50 value membership for your employees, and your company can choose to subsidize all of it. So it's free for your employees or partial subsidy so that they're covering 25. And that's a great discount. If you're interested in Capital Bike Share, feel free to reach out to us or put something in the chat. We would, again, be happy to help you with that as well. And the silver perks are they include the bronze perks and more. So you will still get the digital badge. You'll get that sticker that you can put on your website right here. You can see it on the screen, your social media, and you will also get a window cling. You'll get recognition on Go DC Go's website. Oh, got it right here. And you'll be recognized at our annual awards ceremony. We will list you as one of our Silver All-Stars, and you'll be acknowledged in our newsletter as well. At the end of it all, you will also receive a printed certificate. Gold All-Star criteria. So it's similar, but more advanced than silver. You all have to apply for at least one of the following. Telework program with more than 20% employee participation. Same goes for compressed work week. Offering transit, van pool benefits, smart benefits, or a parking cash out program, which essentially means that you can trade out your parking space's value for cash. A carpool, bicycle, or walk benefit for your employees. That includes subsidizing any costs related to bicycling, walking, or carpooling. You can charge a fee for parking or provide free parking or discounted parking for carpools or van pools. Another great way is to provide an employee shuttle from the office to transit stations, a company van pool even, or comprehensive bike walk program. That means just having several facilities and infrastructure dedicated to making a robust walking or biking program, like showers, bike racks, subsidies, maintenance, bike pumps, helmets, bike clubs, cargo bikes, all of that. And Gold All-Star perks, again, are just like bronze and silver, but with more. So you'll still get that digital badge. You'll be featured on our website. You'll be acknowledged in our newsletter. You'll receive a window cling, and you will be acknowledged at our annual awards ceremony. And you'll have an opportunity to be featured in success stories where we highlight special organizations that have been standing out to us and doing great work, partnering with us to expand commuter benefits and transit opportunities in DC. And you'll also receive social media support. We'll mention you, we'll retweet you, and we'll follow you on our platforms. And I just realized we don't have the badge there, but it looks very similar. We saw it earlier. So it'll look like that one, and you will receive that. And lastly, there is platinum. So with platinum, you will have to meet the requirements of silver and gold and one additional gold level benefit. So with silver, you only had to meet 2 of those requirements. With gold, you just had to meet silver and 1 gold requirement. For platinum, you'll have to meet another gold benefit. So at least 2. And that's what the digital badge looks like. We've got glass awards at the bottom for all our Platinum All-Stars at the end of the year with the ceremony. And now I'll hand it off to Dorianne to talk about Platinum perks.
All right, so again, with Platinum, you have to meet all of the I mean, you will receive all of the basic perks that we give with each one of the different levels. And in addition to that, you will get the Crystal Award that you saw, that lovely gold crystal star on the previous page. And you will also get something that we're doing right now, is a Best Workplaces for Commuters membership for the year. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So we're going to cover some success stories and discuss a few companies that have become Platinum All-Stars with us and how they became best workplaces for commuters. So we're, but just to cover what we are giving you for becoming a Platinum All-Star, you will receive a Best Workplaces for Commuters membership, which is a $275 value paid by GoDCGo for 1 year. The deadline to apply, as Phil had mentioned, was November 30th for the 2024 year, and they will award the memberships in January. So you have to meet their criteria, but if you're working with us and becoming a Platinum All-Star, you will likely meet their requirements for best workplaces for commuters because they are aligned. So we've worked with a number of different companies that have become Platinum, and we're highlighting two of them here. The first one I'd like to tell you about is the road the International Baccalaureate had taken to becoming a Platinum All-Star. We just started working with them last year when they heard about the parking cash out law. They started meeting with us to find out how to become compliant. And what was really interesting is they weren't even a DC employer at the time. They were located in Bethesda, but they were moving to DC and they wanted to know all about the law and wanted to become compliant before they created all of these benefits for their new location, which was a great way to get started. And I will mention that we also help with people that are moving into the DC area. We have all kinds of information to set up benefits. So if anybody's moving into DC, please let them know they can work with us. Anyway, International Baccalaureate met with us about the law, and they became a silver ambassador or transportation all-star, excuse me. We used to be called ambassadors in the spring. And once they found out about the All-Star program, they wanted to know all about how to become Platinum. So they worked with GoDCGo to implement the Capital Bike Share corporate membership. And I have to say, they've done a really great job about getting people to sign up. They've got quite the sign-up membership for their new location. And they hosted a health fair where you could see Jessica there at the table as we're getting ready to launch the fair day that they held. They offered a telework policy with more than 20% participation and a compressed work week with more than 20% participation. So then they became a Platinum All-Star, and they also, I think, next slide, or is that that's the last slide? I thought we had they also did a success story on them. I'm sorry. I thought we had a picture of their success story as well. But anyway, they became a Platinum All-Star and they are very happy, and they're becoming a Best Workplaces for Commuters member. Their application is in, and they should be receiving it as of January. Now we can go next slide. Sorry, Jess. Okay, so National League of Nurses, we've been working for a lot longer. They started working with us in 2017, and they became silver in 2020. They're really an interesting organization because they've been leading the way with their benefits. They started doing a telework policy prior to COVID, so which is pretty impressive because most people didn't even consider it before COVID. We were working with them on that, and they became, like I said, they became a silver all-star, and then they continued to work with us and became a platinum all-star in 2021. And they implemented a 4-day work week prior to any of us hearing about the 4-day work week. They were really forward thinking, and they started working on that before we even heard about, I guess it was Britain that was doing some studies on it. Anyway, they have been very successful at it. We've heard a lot of feedback, and if you want to learn more about that, you could read the success story we wrote on them. It is in our resources section of the GoDCGo website. You can read all of our back success stories. Anyway, they also received the GoDCGo Employer Transportation Coordinator of the Year in 2022 for being such forward-thinking coordinator and implementing some of these challenging programs. And they were highlighted in the success story, as I mentioned. They have received a Best Workplaces for Commuters membership from GoDCGo. They've already applied and I believe gotten approved. So we want to say kudos to both of these companies and all of the other companies that are platinum with us. The other thing I'd like to mention about our Best Workplaces for Commuters benefit that we're offering is we're doing it for all new platinum all-stars, but we are reaching back to those that became platinum last year and offering that same perk to them. So if you've already become a platinum all-star last year, you will be receiving an email from us about how to apply but they have to apply before the November deadline. So how do you become a transportation all-star? It's actually quite easy. Meet with us to discuss your current commuter benefits. And if you see that QR code in the right-hand corner, that will take you to a form where you can actually enter the benefits that you're offering and send it to us. So we have a heads up of what you're doing and we can see where you are at the moment. And you can request support. So as we mentioned prior, our support services are complimentary. So we offer all types of support. We can help you with a commuter survey. This is actually the perfect time to start considering doing a commuter survey because COVID did change a lot. People are working on different days and teleworking and taking different forms of transportation. One of the things that we found is a lot of people, because of COVID, stopped taking Metro and have never gone back to using Metro. And a lot of you are offering commuter benefits and they forget that that's a benefit you offer. It's a great opportunity to do a survey, see what benefits you're offering, and see if maybe we can review those benefits with you and come up with better solutions, better ways to spend your money, better support you can offer your employees and help you implement some of those benefits. You can access any of our complimentary resources. There's tons on our website, but if you can't find something or you have a question if something's available, you can always reach out to Jessica and myself and we'll be happy to help you. And we can create some custom programs. So if you're thinking about doing something and you want support or to brainstorm what would work or some of the things that we've done with other companies in the past, we're happy to discuss that with you. And most importantly, invite us to your events. Again, perfect time of year. If any of you doing open enrollment events or you're promoting your open enrollment season, it's a great opportunity to have GoDCGo either at an event you're already doing or have us do a tabling event and talk to your employees about your commuter benefits and how they commute to work presently and what information they might need to better support them in their commute. And GoDCGo hosts a lot of programs and events, so I highly recommend you keep up to date on what we're offering. If you're not already receiving our newsletter, you want to sign up for that, you can either reach out to us to do that, or you can sign up on our website under employers and find out about what we have going on. You know, our event in the spring, we did a 3-month commuter challenge event in the spring that was a huge success and got people excited about sustainable transportation. So you don't want to miss out on some of the things that we're offering. There were lots of great prizes for you and your employees to win and receive. So what do we have coming up right now? Well, we have a couple of new webinars coming out, and if you're familiar with the DC parking cash out law, there is a new, I would say, reporting process. The website that we do our reporting on has been updated. We're going to be continuing to work on it to make the whole process easier, and so that you don't have to create paperwork and then enter it into the system. We're doing a webinar on October 11th from 11 to 12. If you want to learn about the new reporting process and see how the system works, I highly recommend you sign up for that and participate. We'll have office hours on October 17th from 11 to 1, where you can just hop on and ask questions about any of the reporting process. And then we're going to go over compliance and reporting for anybody that might be new to parking cash out or may have changed some of their benefits and want to find out if they're compliant or not. That is on October 25th from 11 to 12. And then again, we'll have office hours on October 26th from 11 to 1. You can register for any of these at the website below.
And please register so that you can, if you can't make it, you can at least receive a recording.
Absolutely. Thanks. The other thing that we're going to be doing is focus groups. So we're trying to see how we can better serve some of the employers and employees that we haven't been able to support in the way we'd like to support them. And in order to do that, we're going to run some focus groups to get more information to see how we can help. So the focus of these focus groups is going to be on shift-based or low-wage workers. They probably need the support more than anybody, and they have a bigger challenge getting to and from work. So the criteria for participating is that you have to be a DC employee with more than 300 employees, and we're focusing on larger employers only because we can get more information and a wider range of issues from a larger employer, excuse me. But obviously this information is going to help all sizes of employers. And our goal is to identify issues or concerns facing employers today and how we can help them and support their employees. And most importantly, develop tools and resources that will help people get to work more easily. The details for this event or these focus groups is, so far, it's going to be a week of November. We're going to schedule the actual dates based on the responses and the groups that we put people into based on the information we receive. There'll be an in-person and virtual option, and attendees will receive a gift card for participating, and we'll also serve refreshments. And I want to point out that to the right of the screen, if anybody's interested in participating, or you think that you know somebody that would like to participate, that we have a forum just to show your interest so that we can get back to you with the details as we move along. But we're hoping that people will sign up, because the more information we have, the better we can support you. So that is it. We are going to open it up for any questions people might have about any of the programs we mentioned today. And we will send out a copy of the recording and the slides, as we do with all of our webinars. Anybody have any questions, or were we so thorough that nobody has them?
Let me add one thing that I didn't mention in terms of the benefits from best workplaces, because I was very impressed by your list of all sorts of strategies employers can offer to qualify. If it's not on our checklist, if you will, that doesn't mean we don't count it. There's a lot of things we've added over the years as the world has changed with transportation network companies like Uber and Lyft and e-scooters and EV charging stations, all those sorts of things. So if you think it impacts the employees' commute, go ahead and put it in the other category and we'll address it then. And more often than not, that we would accept it as a supporting strategy. And depending on the nature, it could even be a primary benefit too, but I think we've got those pretty well covered.
That's great, Phil. And as we said, the good thing is most of our programs are completely aligned, so you can get 2 forms of recognition for all of the same work.
I'm sure I could guarantee right now that if you make platinum on under your program, you're going to roll right into a BWC designation. So.
And the other thing is, if you're not at platinum yet and you still want to be a best workplaces for commuters, you still can do that. You still might meet their criteria, so you can fill out an application.
Yeah, I would add if they will want to do that, there's no cost to apply. It's if you get accepted is when the membership fee would kick in. So there's essentially no risk of applying. And if there's something that needs to be addressed, we would point it out, and it may be just a simple, oversight or a misunderstanding on our part.
Fantastic. Well, I gather there's no questions. So should we?
If there are questions, then we encourage you all to start applying.
Yeah.
On it.
Or set up those meetings and we can help.
Yes. Lots of opportunities.
Thank you so much all for attending today.
Yeah,
And thank you, Phil, for joining us.
Oh, thank you for the invite. I was happy to do it.
Always happy to partner with you all.
Same here.
Okay. Well, we will send out the recap and the recording. Thank you, everyone, for attending today.
Have a
Don't
great
forget
day.
to reach out if you have questions.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.